cost of living continues to rise in the country. It's driven by high fuel prices due to the war in the Ukraine and the weakening rand. Things will get even worse as another major fuel price is expected next month. eNCA reporter Mangoba Mkhulu is talking to people in Durban to find out how they're coping under such conditions. Mangoba, good morning. What significant changes have some of the Durbanites made to their everyday living just to ensure that they meet all their needs?
Well, Mfundo, quite a lot. In fact, we have been speaking to some people who are saying that, they simply have to change the way that they do things, because this means that they now have to dig deeper into their pockets to try and perhaps just to survive on a daily basis. We do know that eThekwini also will be seeing quite a number of tariffs. Those include water, which has been proposed by the EXCO to increase by about 5.6% here in Durban, as well as electricity, which is expected to go up by as high as 8.6%. Mfundo, for this year as well as next year. But for businesses, it's set to increase even more, Mfundo. So that tells you just how that will affect consumers in their pockets. And I'm just going to get a sense from them, Mfundo, just to get a sense from them what it is they will be changing, what sacrifices they'll be making. And I'm just going to ask this gentleman that is sitting here. We're here, Mfundo, at one of the restaurants at the beachfront, just speaking to consumers. Baba, thank you for your time. Of course, it's tough times for everybody. Everything is going up. Petrol is going up. Water is going up. Electricity is going up. How will you be changing your budget?
Thank you so much. My name is Tabiso Choisa. These are drastic changes that have been, keep happening. And I would like to advise, and also what I do personally is to, use these modern tools that we are currently being offered. The 4IR generation, for instance, avoid renting office spaces, maybe for business purposes. Use these modern tools so that you can cut costs in the office spaces. You can cut costs on other unnecessary things that formal business used to use as to generate revenue or to do things. So, as a consumer, as a citizen, people must go out. We must research about ways to save, as I am doing the same thing. Because these changes take time, because these are policies, there's so many other things that inform such decision as, there's wars, there's things going on in this world, but then again, we have to prepare ourselves, we need to educate ourselves to find ways to save, to find means to try to make and keep up with the standard of living. But unfortunately, things would forever go up.
And what will you be changing, say? Is there anything that you're willing to compromise on? Are there any budgetary cuts that you're going to be making in terms of your own budget?
Obviously, that's an obvious one. You have to cut your costs. You have to, standard of living. You have to reduce a lot of things. And that's just the nature of our current situation.
Will you be changing anything?
I would be definitely changing my financial model, consulting with your financial advisors and see what's best can work for your firm or for your family and all those things. So make friends with those people.
Okay, thank you. Well, you sound like someone who knows what he's talking about, but I'm just going to move on, Fundo, just to get a sense from other consumers who are here having breakfast. Of course, it is still early. Ma'am, we're just asking, what are you looking at cutting? Is there anything you're going to be compromising on with this escalating prices? Fuel is going up, water and electricity.
We definitely have to plan much more. You're not just going to go out on that trip. You're going to make sure that when you go out to the shop, you're going to go to the shop, to the bank, so you've got to plan better. And I think we have to cut down on lots of things. Maybe not so many new clothes, maybe less luxurious foods, maybe start growing our own food.
Okay, and in terms of, yourself, ma'am, what adjustments so far are you going to make? How is this going to affect you?
I think life will have to be a lot simpler. I think you're going to cut the luxuries out. I really do. Life's going to be simpler. And we're going to find ourselves helping other people a lot more because they're worse off than us.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to move on, Fundo, just to try and get more people and get more views from people on what it is that they'll be looking to change and cutting, of course, as they face this uphill battle of increasing fuel prices, increasing tariffs. Ma'am, any sacrifices that you're willing to make as you face this uphill battle of increases?
it's very difficult for me to make sacrifices because my family lives so far away and I need to travel to get to them. But I think if we start sharing, so what sacrifice am I going to make? Just enjoy each moment and live each moment. Sacrifice thinking in the future if I could have, should have, would have. And really just living in the present and enjoying each moment helps me to even fight against the fuel costs. Because I'm dreaming, like I want to go and visit my children in Namibia or wherever. And then my dreams need to be in the present. I need to live the present. So sacrifice thinking about the future. Live for the present, live for today. And live simply. Simply live.
Thank you for speaking as well. You've heard it, Fundo. Those are just some of the sentiments from people saying that, there's still a lot that they have to consider. Of course, it does mean that there have to be a certain adjustment to the budgets that people are willing to make. But of course, people saying that it's something that they're still going to be looking into. They're saying that the easy way and perhaps the most convenient way is to perhaps live a simple life, just to sacrifice the luxuries and try to live as simple as possible.
That probably is the best advice. Mangoba, thank you very much for that update. That's our reporter, Mangoba Mkhunu. Now, still to come on News.